Okay, now OKES, a splitting structure. Now, splitting structures have methods, and these methods have to be assigned. What are splitting structures? Since we are discussing the indirect activity allocation, the splitting structures have to be defined because multiple activities are involved over here. So this is PAP 9, P1, okay, and splitting rules, and we will have PAP1 method is 21, okay, splitting structure. Ours is PAP 9, right? Okay, PAP1 selection for rules, and we make new entries over here, and that will be controlling area. Okay, we have to change this OKKS because PAP9. So far, this is PAP9. Ours is PAP9, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, OKES, PAP9, splitting rules, selection for rules, 0, and PAP9. Equivalence number. Now, what is equivalence? That the numbers of distributing the percentages that we assign to indirect activity to calculate the overheads for various activities that become part of the overheads based on equivalence numbers. Now, equivalence numbers mean if there are 3 cost centers, and for example, and the equivalence number, the weightage out of 100, cost center will get, one cost center will get 20%, the other will get 60%, the other will get 20%. That's equivalence numbers. Okay. Okay. Save it. Okay. Splitting structures. P1 assignments. Okay. In assignments, we have already made this PA1, and for selection of assignments, we will assign these groups: overhead cost and test group. Now, overhead cost is basically cost element group. We will check what this group is, and activity type testing, which is automated testing and manual testing, if you remember. Okay. Save. This is already saved. Next step is OKEW, PAP9, cost center. P109. Just a second, I guess. I'll just take it randomly. 109, all versions 2025. Okay. And change PAP9, P109. This is already assigned. Okay, the splitting structure P1 is already assigned on this very cost center, and it will split based on the equivalence number. Okay, now next is saved. Okay, TZ. Okay, cost component structure, it should be P1, P2. How come PAP9, PAP, P2, PAP9? This is the cost center is already active. Okay, and attributes. We already have these attributes, and for each of these, we have done the assignment with cost element intervals already. Okay, right. So this is also done. Next is OKEQ. Version 0. Controlling area settings. Version 0 settings for each fiscal year. 2024 and 25. Double click. Okay, P1125. Okay. And purely iterative price. Okay, price calculation. Purely iterative price is not, method is periodic price and periodic price, because this will be calculated periodically. Revaluation will be on business transactions, and over here we have the cost component structure assigned. This is a little bit confusing, but you just have to practice it once and it will be clear to you. Okay. Data was saved. Now the next transaction is KSC1. Okay. And to access it, SPRO. Controlling or center accounting, actual postings, period and closing, because indirect activity allocation is a periodic activity. Okay. And this activity will be done at the end of a month. Okay. Indirect activity allocation. So this is already segmented. Define indirect activity allocation. Okay. Actual indirect activity allocation cycle, PAP4 and 01 2005. Okay, now allocation of testing hours. Now, what is our process over here? That the quality assurance department will be counting the produced units and pass it. The past units, whether you're producing or manufacturing glass or any other product in any industry. Okay. The process not only counting but also passing, because some products will fail due to anomalies, due to differences, discrepancies. For that, of course, we are defining this indirect activity. So in this indirect activity, we are passing some products, we are failing some products, but our overheads will only absorb the overhead cost of the past products, because the waste, the failed products, the failed products will not be considered. You can consider but testing hours, auto allocation. Okay. Sender rule will be posted in the QA cost center, the posted quantities, and it will be shared to the production cost centers in 100%. Now, production cost centers will be, in our case scenario, is automotive industry. Okay. In automotive industry, we've already defined cost centers for body shop paint work, right? And there was a third one as well. Okay. So it will be shared 100% to all these cost centers, and it will be actual value, the actual counting and passing of the products. Okay. Receiver receiver rule will be variable portions. Now it will be very not fixed. Okay. Variable portion type will be actual statistical key figures. Now key figures we've already defined it. Okay. Cost center, from where it will be sent. Okay. And the activity type will be TSHRA, and it will be absorbed by the cost center group, which has all those three production cost centers. Receiver tracing factor, that will be, sorry, item, the counting of the items. Okay. Now, next segment, attached segment, and that will be test M, testing hours, manual allocation. Okay. Now, sender rule. Now, this is interesting. Quantities calculated inversely. Quantities of the counted units, the past units, it will be shared 100% over the cost centers, and the receiver rule will be variable, okay, based on actual statistical key figures. We've already configured the actual statistical key figures, and the cost center will be T1009, and the activity type will be TSHRM. Receiver will be the same production cost center group, which has the three cost centers. Okay. Sender values, no valid sender entries exist. Oh, okay. It's not T, it's P. P1009 sender values. Okay. And the measuring unit is hours, because in certain hours you will pass the products with counting. Okay. Some products will be passed and some products will fail. So the past products, the time that you have spent in counting those products of finished goods, will become part of this cycle, and that will be absorbed by the cost centers. Okay. Now, next step, important step, KP66. Okay, KP66. ZAP1 PAP91. This is created by us already. Okay. And KP66, just a second, let me minimize this. Over here, we will now create planning layout. Okay. Planning layout, create. We've already made this planning layout. We'll change it. ZAP9. Just a second, I will just change the name, KP66. Okay. More planning layout. Create PAP91. PAP9 planning layout will use a template that is provided by SAP already. Okay. 101. 101F cost elements changed by SAP resource planning. 101. Create already exists. We create another one. PAP92. Now that is the second version. Okay. Plan fixed consumption. Plan fixed cost. Distribution. Plan fixed cost. Distribution. Plan fixed consumption. And we'll delete this element. Okay. Plan variable consumption. We'll also delete this element.
सर ये लास्ट टाइम भी हमने इससे रिलेटेड किया था, इसमें हम ये एलिमेंट डिलीट करते हैं, एलिमेंट डिलीट करने का क्या इशू है इसमें? इसका रीजन ये है।
एक मिनट आप। ओके। Distribution, delete, delete, delete. And what else shall we delete? Units. So we are creating a planning report. Why do we need this? Because we will plan the counting activity for those items. Okay. Okay. Now, element, edit, element, insert element, key figure with characteristics. Now, what is key figure? Statistical key figure with characteristics. Okay. Now, over here, we want plan fixed cost in controlling area currency. Can you see this? Now, what is controlling area currency? USD in our case. In our case, it's USD, but we want it in transaction currency. Plan fixed cost in transaction currency, because there will be some fixed costs attached with this counting of the items, like salaries. That's fixed cost for some time. Or electricity overheads are also, like meter cost, are fixed cost. Okay. And we'll confirm it. Plan fixed cost. Plan fixed cost. Distribution, plan fixed cost, transaction currency. Plan variable currency. Plan variable cost, sorry. Okay. Now, formatting. Ready for input? Yes or no? Well, now, what is this basically? Basically, when we're creating a planning layout for a report for inserting our planned cost. So some fields will not allow input because we have to convert it from transaction currency to controlling area currency, from AED, that is our company code currency, to controlling area currency. So it will convert on a real-time basis. Okay. Same for this as well. More formatting, ready for input. Okay. Plan fixed cost, transaction currency. Okay. Columns, append additional fields. Now, what is that fields? Unit and distribution key. Okay. And we can save it. But what we can do is, I want to delete it just for the sake of entering it over here. Okay. Edit columns. Sorry, element. Insert element, key figure with characteristics. Controlling area currency. We already have the controlling area currency. So I will just change it. Share. Plan fixed cost. Transaction currency. Confirm. Plan variable cost. Still adding it over here. I want to place it over here. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's not actually print additional fields. Unit, distribution key. The unit is the counting units. Okay, distribution units. Save. Define one currency as ready for input. Plan fixed cost, distribution unit, distribution. Okay, let's delete this element. Yes, distribution and unit. Planning layout was saved. Now we'll be using this planning layout. Okay. Now, next is SPRO. Again, that is our configuration portal, controlling, center accounting, planning. Now, planning is a major part for FICO consultant. Okay. Defined user-defined planner profiles. Now, planner profiles, it seems a technical name, a difficult name, but it's for planning your costs for various activities, for various cost centers, for various production processes. Okay. Okay. We've already created PAP1, PAP9. New entries, PAP9.1, PAP. Okay, one entry is chosen. General controlling, new entries. Planning area. What will be our planning area? Now, these are usually asked in the interviews. Okay. So our planning area will be cost centers, cost element, activity inputs, cost elements, and activity inputs, because we are going to have these activities. Okay. And that will be cost on the cost center. Now, distribution key currency and distribution key quantities. Let's see what are the denominations that we have here. I guess. Let's stop over here. Let's continue from here. Okay.